open, be honest. We want to hear everything that is really truly happening within the area, and that's really what's going to be unique about for this study. And you can always email us at this disparity study email, which is cambridgemastudy@gspclaw.com. You can always connect with us as well. So these first three up top are going to be our social media, our Facebook, our Twitter, and our website. But lower, you can also, if you have any questions, we have some kind of like frequently asked questions, things that people want to know a little bit more detail about. You can also go to the website there, which is cambridgemaDisparityStudy.com. And that will allow for you to have detailed information there. Also, we leave the recordings on there as well. So if you know someone who wasn't able to meet these public hearings or wasn't able to be in the informational meetings, they'll be hosted on that website there along with the survey, that you'll be able to always be in contact and always have it at your fingertips. And I will, I can get my mouse to work. We'll stop sharing. I will also leave those links within the chat for you all. And once again, we're going to open up the floor to hear from you all and your experiences. I will say, excuse me, I will say that, yes, these meetings are recorded, but they are not going to be shared with the client and within the study itself. So you do have kind of what we call semi-anonymity. The only time that your name will be released is if we have litigation. But other than that, within the study itself and within to our clients and these recordings, you will remain anonymous. Go ahead and share it this time. I'll also let Michelle, if there's anything that I've missed or that I need to go back over, I'd love to hear that as well too.
Yes, just want to make sure if you have any questions about what Jerica just shared, that's the only time we're taking questions. Other than that, the public hearing is to hear your experiences doing business, attempting to do business. And if you haven't even attempted to do business with the city of Cambridge, why haven't you? And so the only questions we'll be asking will be to clarify something that you've stated. So, and I just want to clarify one other thing. This is a public hearing, so it is public. Although we don't use your names in the report itself, this hearing itself is made public and will be posted on the website.
Well, I was on mute. So yes, the floor is open once again for you to tell us your experiences trying to do work or doing work with the city of Cambridge, things of that nature as well. Let me go ahead.
I really want to emphasize the need for your participation in this public hearing. As Jerica mentioned, we do the kind of heart of a disparity study is the statistical portion, and that tells us whether in goods and services we see any kind of disparities. But when we talk about how do we fix those, that's really our experience doing this for 30 years, but heavily it is hearing your feedback about what works and doesn't work in the procurement process of the city. So please give us your comments. This is your opportunity to have input into policy.
Hi, my name is Nicole Figueredo. I'm the CEO for Capital Strategic Solutions. We did do work with the City of Cambridge, the Department of Public Works. I want to say about 8 years ago. And I want to say that experience was a very good experience for us. We just haven't seen many opportunities that in the past have fit our business model and where we would quite fit in. We are in the process of expanding our business and have grown exponentially over the last year. So we're looking forward to future opportunities with the city of Cambridge. And that's, I guess, just about it. I do know that when I am searching for opportunities with the city of Cambridge, sometimes they're difficult to find on their website when I'm scrolling through. And if we haven't had, because we have expanded our services, we haven't had the previous experience that kind of blockades us from some of the contracts, but we'll get there.
And what kind of work does your firm do?
So we are a strategy and implementation consultant. We do anywhere from community outreach to grant management to capital improvement planning. We're comprised of former municipal employees. So we've been there in probably just about every situation that any government employee's been in. And we like going in and helping fix things. We're working with 22 communities, doing ARPA grant management, helping them expand on a number of initiatives where, like, for example, for the city of Lynn, their ARPA grant process is very community driven. So we get out there and we work with the community members and we host a lot of public meetings with them. So there's a lot of great opportunities out there. I just think sometimes when you're a smaller firm trying to get in, it's a little difficult in the larger cities just to get the opportunity. But we are finding them and we're finding ways to get in. And, you know, I think that Cambridge has a lot going on. It has a lot of opportunities for WBE, DBE participation. I think it's just getting out there and advertising those opportunities a little bit more is more helpful and making it easier for us to know when those opportunities hit.
Okay, great. Thank you.
You're welcome.
And once again, this meeting here is really truly to hear from your experiences. I see we've had a few other people join us since we've started. We're really here to get your feedback, your testimony, and your experiences doing work with Cambridge or trying to attempt to do work with Cambridge in the city. That's really going to help us once again drive those recommendations and really try to give that good feedback that you want to see within the procurement process back to our clients as well. So anything, positive, negative, we really want to hear your candid responses.
Hi, my name is Angela Hoffman. Can you hear me?
Yes.
Yes, so I'm the owner of Nupley 118, and we are a small plant-based food company. And my experience with Cambridge has been, you know, in terms of the, you know, help that they've given during COVID, it was really great. I was notified when grants were available and got help with applications. And so the city has been really great that way. But when it comes to, you know, small, you know, catering, I was asked once to do an event for the community development department, but you know, when there's other opportunities for things like that, I have no idea how to find out about them, how to, you know, access information. So that's sort of my experience with the city.
Independent. Right. That's probably because she was just quoted you, and I think that's lovely.
I'm sorry, I couldn't hear you. You were sort of breaking up.
Right, and then I think, right, it is, so like when I get assigned, RA, it is.
Okay, I'm sorry. I think we had some background noise. Do you want to say the end of what you said, Angela, again?
Oh, you couldn't hear what I was saying?
Just the end of it. We had some background noise.
I don't know where where the background noise kicked in, but I'll just repeat what I said just briefly, is that during COVID, the city was very proactive in letting me know when to apply for grants, what grants were available, and that was fantastic. But I've only done one event catering for the city of Cambridge. And when it comes to finding out how to go about, you know, bidding on these types of small jobs, I have no idea how I would be proactive in doing that. So it would be great to understand how that happened through the city of Cambridge.
Yeah. Okay. Participant Rakia, you may go ahead. I see you raise your hand.
Hi, my name is Rokia Chaudhary, and I'm also in the hospitality industry, just like Angela. We have multiple locations where Indian cuisine. So both we have locations in Cambridge as well as in Boston. So I think I can also speak a little bit from my experience from both cities. Currently, we are, registered with the city as far as minority women-owned business, and from my experience in Boston, we have seen a lot of different city department really utilizing that list to do a lot of their buying. So whether it be, for like different lunches to different events, anywhere from like, 20-person to a 200-person event. So with some sort of list like that, but that's been a little bit more difficult trying to understand how the city of Cambridge, different departments are making their purchasing decisions. So it's just a little bit of feedback as far as like what some of the things that I feel have been working for us as a small business in other places.
So are you saying that in other places you found it easier to find opportunities, or are you saying that City of Cambridge is that there are opportunities, it's just hard for you to find them, or are you saying there haven't been any opportunities?
What I'm saying is like that is I know that, for other places, like because I am on like certain list, that the different departments are making their buying decisions based on like businesses that are registered that way. So I'm curious if the city of Cambridge is making different departments are making their buying decisions and contracting decisions based on something like that.
Okay.
And I kind of also agree with what Angela is saying, like we're trying to figure out what is the best way for us to be in front of city of Boston as far as a food business, or city of Cambridge to purchase from the local businesses that are there.
So I do see we do have one new participant. Just to reiterate, this meeting here really truly is not for Michelle and I to give out information, but to receive information from you all about your experiences doing work in Cambridge, trying to do work in Cambridge, any barriers, any positive experiences that you may have had with the city as well, is what we're really looking for this meeting to serve as.
Good morning, everyone. Would you like for me to give input or should
Yeah.
I wait?
Yes, ma'am.
Hi, good morning.
Input.
Good morning, everyone. My name is Michelle Ferguson. I'm the owner of Hilton Realty. I've yet to do business with, I also have a location in Cambridge as well as Boston. I've yet to do business with either town. My experience has been, it's been a lot easier to deal with Cambridge, the city of Cambridge, than it's been to deal with the city of Boston, unfortunately. Especially when it comes to the grant process. So, you know, going through the grant process with Cambridge was pretty seamless. They wanted the information, we provided it. It was done. Dealing with the city of Boston, we provided information. There was obstacles with, like, they would tell us to do something and we couldn't do it. It wasn't physically possible in the system. On top of that, there were many accusations that were just flat out untrue, accusing us of not really having a location in Boston and numerous other things that just weren't true. So my dealings with the city of Cambridge have been slightly less difficult than dealing with the city of Boston. And I know I'm not the only African American female who's going through that with the city of Boston. What else? I think like the bidding opportunities that I did find on the website were crystal clear. I was unable to bid because with the city of Cambridge, I was unable to bid because the space that they were looking for is very hard to find in Cambridge. It was so large. And Cambridge is a highly sought after city. So that kind of that was it was just difficult to find. I sell real estate and I love what I do, but it was hard to find a space that large. What else? I've also reached out to the home buying process, like to see if I can teach the home buying courses in Cambridge. I teach them for Brighton. I love teaching them for Brighton as well as Dorchester, where my other office is located. And I really haven't figured out the puzzle to being able to teach them in Cambridge, but that would be a huge asset to my company if I was able to teach the home buying classes in Boston. I can promise you I have a nice professional, I'm sorry, did I say Boston? In Cambridge. I have a nice professional presentation that's like a PowerPoint, and I've gotten some really good feedback on it, but it would be nice to be able to get some follow-up in regards to being able to teach those classes in Cambridge. Thank you for your time.
So just a follow-up question. So are you finding it difficult, and this is maybe for any of you who are on this call, that I think I'm hearing from you is that you have something that you think would be useful to them, product or service, but you don't know how to present it to them so that they can buy it?
Yeah, I mean, I've had some email conversations with and I know they're very busy currently. I've had some emails, I've sent some emails just trying to figure out who I should speak with in regards to being able to teach those classes. That would be a huge end for my business if we were able to teach the first time home buyer classes. It's not necessarily a contract with the city, but I know the city knows, you know, who can, I'd love to volunteer and be able to teach those classes because that would enable me to present, and then it's the buyer's choice which company they choose.
But it would be really great to be given the opportunity to teach. I have experience as a teacher, and that would just be a huge win for our company.
Okay. Thank you.
Hello, everyone. My name is Kurt Frazier. I'm president of Frazier Paul Engineering Services. We are a civil engineering design consultant firm. I don't have a lot of experience. I've done work in Cambridge for private clients, but I've never worked with the city of Cambridge. What I've noticed, from, reaching out to other, and also from my background is, working as a municipal engineer, is that a lot of times the municipalities, they would have their, I guess, engineering firm that they, prefer to work with. And what happens is that sometimes it poses a challenge for, firms like myself, smaller firms, to actually enter into the market. So one of the things that I had suggested is that if, for maybe smaller projects, maybe $100,000 or less, when you're doing traffic design or traffic calming or so forth, if maybe somehow those projects can, maybe go to smaller firms like myself, because it's very difficult to respond to RFP, and a lot of our firms are under 10 employees, and we don't have the staff or the capacity to respond to RFPs, and then in the hopes of getting that contract. That's just some of the challenges that I've had, working in Boston and some of the other towns. So just trying to figure out if Cambridge has any policy or anything that could assist firms in the design field, because the design field is not lowest bidder, it's lowest qualified bidder. But there are a few barriers for firms like myself to enter the market.
Right. When you say enter the market, you mean getting work with them, or are you also
Getting work with Cambridge, getting work with
are you also
municipalities.
new to the marketplace?
No, I've been in business since 2009.
Oh, okay.
But it's still a challenge, in scaling up, and with working with municipalities and other towns.
Great. Thank you for your comments.
Thank you.
So are we allowed to address like each other in this? I wanted to, I work with a lot of engineering firms, and we work with a lot of municipal agencies. So I wanted to just reach out to Mr. Frazier and offer a helping hand if possible.
Why don't you put your information in the chat room?
I'll do that myself.
I will say that working in other communities, and we work in a lot of other communities, and we progressively bid a lot of work in New England, Massachusetts, is our home base. I did kind of just go on to the Cambridge procurement site just to refamiliarize myself, because it's been a minute. And it is kind of difficult to comb through and find those bids that would allow us to be eligible for those bids. And I do feel Mr. Frazier's pain, because we were a new firm coming onto the scene. We're 8 years old, we'll be almost 9. But we've also had a hard time breaking into the market. We're finally getting to that point where we're seeing a lot more contracts come our way, and we're working them, working our best between combis and the individual cities and towns. I feel like combis is difficult on its own, but then having to learn the city of Boston and then Cambridge's system, it's 3 different systems that aren't really talking to each other. And hunting for those bids takes a good amount of time, and then writing them and submitting them. So it might be you might want to get into, see if you qualify for the small business program through the cities of Boston, if Cambridge has one, and through combis, because that's what we're looking at too.
Great. Thank you.
Hi, I don't know. I can't find my raise my hand function, so I'm going to go and speak. My name is Jenny Song, and I'm the owner of Dotto Tea in Cambridge. We've been around since 2002. I I also would reiterate some of the other. I'm in the hospitality, and I haven't really actively put out that we cater, but I would not know how to access the city of Cambridge for like small catering of their meetings or whatnot. I don't think that information is out there. So maybe if they had a website or something where they list, these are the meetings and they're looking for catering services where people can bid might be helpful. I think oftentimes a lot of institutions, they just go and resolicit companies that they know and because it's easier to do so, and then they may not venture out to go and seek out other venues. But otherwise, they've been fantastic during the COVID and very helpful.
Okay. Great, thank you. Is there anyone else of those who haven't spoken yet? Again, just to reiterate, we really appreciate your comments, those who have commented already. Those of you who haven't, please let us know what your experience have been doing business, attempting to do business, and if you haven't even attempted to do business with the City of Cambridge, why haven't you? This is really your opportunity to really shape policy by us understanding what it is like to be a business owner who's in that marketplace.
Mr. Key, you can go ahead.
I just have a question as far as is the city of Cambridge looking to kind of put in changes on how the city and the different departments are buying from small businesses? Are they trying to implement like different policies within cities' procedures of buying and contracting?
You're on mute.
So our disparity study that we are conducting is to evaluate their practices, particularly to find out whether there are disparities in the way that they do business in their goods and services area with minority and women-owned firms, and to evaluate their procurement process. So the outcomes of that are whatever the outcomes and findings are. And then we'll make recommendations related to those as policy changes.
Okay, thank you.
I have one last comment. Is it okay to?
Yes, you can go ahead.
I heard it mentioned that there was a small business program, and I'm definitely interested. I was wondering if whoever mentioned that could possibly like just chat me the link to it. I have been on the City of Cambridge's website a number of times, but I know having the link makes all the difference in the world.
I believe that was participant Nicole, but I'm not sure. But there are some information within the chat already as well too there. Those who are speaking. And also, once again, I know we had some of you all join us a little bit later on. I'm going to once again go ahead and send you all the study email and the website in the chat again. Just for whatever you need, any questions that you may have, and any experiences that you do want to share with us as well. Once again, we look at those comments all the time, and they even within in the website, excuse me, in the email, they also do get added to the study as well. Once again, we really are looking to have your information and your input help shape our recommendations and help shape the policy recommendations that we give back to the city.
Hi, I apologize. I stepped away. I just sent a link to everyone to the page that has the City of Cambridge's website that has additional information for minority women-owned business and small and locally owned businesses. So there's some information on there.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
We do have about 2 more minutes or so within our meeting time that's scheduled. So anyone who hasn't spoken, if you would love to, this will be your time. Lovely to have any information that you have of your experience, your testimony, what you look forward to seeing Cambridge do, and things of that nature. And I do want to thank those who did share with us for today. Thank you for giving us your comments and your experiences. We always love to hear the good things that you believe that the city is doing and things that you love to have to be changed and be implemented, things that are difficult as well. Once again, that allows for us to give really recommendations to you all of what really is needed.
I think one of the other things is we have another meeting on Thursday, right, Jerica, Thursday evening? Please, if you know someone who may have some more to tell us about this topic, if you would urge them to please attend our, what time is it, Jerica, do you know?
6 p.m.
6 p.m. meeting on Thursday. We will have another one at that time. Also, the survey of business owners will be launched in the next day or so. Jerica will be sending each of you the survey. Please take time to fill it out. It helps us to quantify. You know, when we hear these, it really puts meat on the bones in terms of what your experiences have been. But when you fill out a survey, it allows us to quantify some of the experiences. So even though you've come to this public hearing, please probably take you 15 minutes or so to fill out our survey when it's sent to you in the next couple of days.
It looks like we are just about out of time for 10 a.m. And I will, once again, as we close out, want to thank you all for being here with us. Thank you for giving us your experiences and your comments, and really the things that are really happening within your life that's really going to help shape the recommendations that we give out and what we are able to relay back to the city. As Michelle mentioned, once again, we're having another um, public hearing on this Thursday at 6 p.m. You can register for that link as well, and another blast will go out for those as well. And our survey link will be emailed directly to all of you all for us today, as well as you'll be get those in a blast as well too. We hope that you participate and fill out those surveys, really allowing us to get the information that we need and the more detailed information like this to help quantify what's happening within the area. So once again, we want to thank you all, and we hope to see you on Thursday as well. We'll be in touch. Yeah. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.